20 teams, the 20 most common names in the UK. Who wins? Who loses? Most importantly, what the hell is happening? Welcome to my channel. My name is Sam, and today we're going to be starting with a bunch of Football Manager simulations. The that everyone likes. I thought that I should start playing Football Manager on YouTube because I love this game and I could play this game forever, but I'm not doing any personal gain by just doing this with myself. So I thought I would share some of the wacky stuff that I've been doing with the editor. And you know what? You might want to stay. Please, stay. So let's have a look at the Nations League. Here we go. This is a league of the 20 most common names in the 1994 consensus. I chose that consensus for the UK because they will be of the age of like footballing ability now. If I chose like the most recent one, it might not be representative of like what you would see in the game, and I wanted to like give the names a fair chance. So here are the teams you can see here. I've replaced all of the Premier League teams. I literally came in, took over the league, changed the league, went into the teams, got rid of all the players. I just went leave. And now we've just got the craziest bunch of players playing for the league. You got players like Erling Haaland, who are now absolutely homeless because I wanted Jake Voskins in here, you know? Like, it's crazy. There are a lot of good players that aren't playing football, and there are also a lot of bad players that are now in the top league in England. So we're going to start up with the Adams Apples. So the Adams Apples, formerly known as Leicester City, they've got some decent players. I mean, their standout is Adam Morisic. Other than that, you've got Adam Lallana. Adam... I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but this is the beauty of it. You don't know who's exactly in these teams, and we don't know who exactly is going to be the standout players of the season. So here we go with the Adams Apples, and let's move on to the next one. Next up, we got Alexander Alexandria. Poetry name, alliteration, everyone loves it. You've got some good players in this team. You've got Alexander Isaac, you've got Alexander Sorloth, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Alex Iwobi. This team is pretty decent. I think this team could do pretty well, but knowing Football Manager, anything can happen. But most importantly, I've brought Alex Ferguson back to manage it. For all these teams, I have also brought managers in of the same name. For some of the names, the managers are like really bad. But for Alex, you've got Alex Ferguson. It's going to be exciting to see him in the game when. Can he come back and win in his first season in charge of a team again? Who knows? The only thing I will say is, do not look at who Alexander Alexandria used to be. It's not representative of that team, and Alex Ferguson is happy in charge. I'm sure of it. He told me, okay? Next up, we've got Andrew Albion. The Andrews have got Andrew Robertson, one of the best left backs of all time. But other than that, they have not got much. I don't know if the Andrews are going to be relegation bait exactly, because Robertson is a good player, and there are some teams that have less good star players. But it's going to be a bit of a. I think off the top of my head, I can think of Andy Delort as maybe the other standout for this team. I don't know. I don't think the Andrews are going to do particularly well, but we'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong. Next up, we got the Benji Doctors. So we got the Bens. So Ben Brereton Diaz, Ben Chilwell. Other than that, I mean, Benjamin Teti, the absolutely amazing striker. They do have the young Benjamin Sesko. Curious to see if he can do well. Other than that, who knows? This team could... I think it screams middle of the table personally, but I don't really understand to what extent how bad some of these teams are, so I could be wrong. This could be what the champions look like. Christopher Crewe, a team with a good manager, and Chris Coleman, and a good star player in Christopher Nkunku. Other than that, though, maybe not the greatest overall team. You got a couple of players that are decent, but I mean, I'm a bit worried about Christopher Crew. But yet again, I don't know what I've done. I don't know what I've done. Next up, we got Daniel Donkeys. This team I think could do pretty well because this is where all of the Dannies lie. Yeah, I've included Dannies because most of them are actually called Daniel. But you got some good players: Danny Olmo, Danny Parejo, Danny Carvajal, Daniel Alves, Daniel Vaz, Danny Ceballos. I think the Dannies could be pretty good as, and they've got a decent manager in well, Daniel Fark. I think this team could do all right. So if your name is Daniel out there, well done. You might have a good team behind you. Next up, we have got the Jack Hammers. Jack Grealish is their star player. Other than that, next up we've got the Jake Jaguars. If your name's Jake out there, I'm sorry, because off the top of my head, I don't know who this team has. Jakes who play football, Jake Hoskins, and Jake Livermore, and Jake Cooper. But he's on here, so that's a bit of a lie. Like, these players I can just look down, you know? Yeah, I'm sorry, Jakes. I don't think you're going to do that well. We got the James Deans. I think this team could be alright. James Rodriguez is their star player. Or James Rodriguez, as I would call him. We've also got the Jims and Jimmies in here as well. Not going to lie, I thought this team was alright, and now I'm looking at the team and I'm like, maybe they're not that good. Next up, we got Jordan. With the Jordans, you've got Jordan Veretout as their star player. And then you've got other players such as Jordan Marvi. I've always thought Jordan Turinariga has been pretty good on this game. So who knows how good the Jordans could be. They could be a middling side, or they could be the best name in the world. Next up, we've got Joseph Journeyman. They've got Joe Gomez. Other than that, Joe Willock maybe, Joe Hart. I think they're an alright side. Not the best, not the worst. The Josh Drakes. This is a good star player in Joshua Kimmich, because he is not only an amazing player, he's versatile. And if these teams need to have versatility, because there are definitely holes in these teams. So let's see how Kimmich can do with the Josh Drakes. I mean, yeah, we'll find out how they do. The Liam Lemurs is up next. Liam Cooper is the key man. He's not a bad centre-back to have. They've got Liam Delap, the youngster, up front. Maybe he can show that he's Premier League quality already. Or at the very least, Nations League quality. Other than that, not the strongest, but I yet again, do not think this is going to be one of the worst teams. The Lukey Hears. Now this team could be pretty good. I think this team could be pretty special. They've got some good players. Lucas Ocampos, I think he's always been pretty good in these games. Lucas Torreira, Lucas Vasquez, Lucas Biglia, Lucas Leiva, Lucas Hernandez. I think this team could do pretty well. Luca Dean, they've also got good defenders. Yeah, Luca Dean, Lucas Verissimo, but he's injured at the moment. I have not made everyone fit, and I feel bad now. Let's see how the Lukey Hears does. I think that this could be a team that could be up there. The Matthew Milkman, yes, you heard it right. This team is nicknamed the Milkman, and their mascot is a little man with a pail of milk. I think he throws it at kids in the audience. It's a riveting team with a strong history. Matthew Milkman also includes the Matthews, Matts, and Matties. They've got Matt Turner in goal. Other than that, a bit worried about how this team's gonna stand out. Matty Cash is their best player. But they've got milk. They will always have milk. Next up, we've got the Michael Mouses. With a key player, Michael Mainan, which will be useful to have a goalkeeper as the best player. Other than that, no. They've got Michael Obafemi. As you can see here, a bit lacking in the midfield area. They've got a lot of strikers. I didn't do any bias. I didn't try and fill teams up with positions they needed. I just went top 28 names for each team. So the Michael Mouse is a bit wonky, and I think that could be to their detriment. Next up, we have the Ryan Rhinos, who actually, if I remember correctly, yeah, Ryan Reynolds is actually their assistant manager. And you know what? He's better than some of the actual full-time managers in this league. So it'll be interesting to see how Ryan Reynolds does. They've got some decent players. They've got Ryan Christie, who I've always rated. Ryan Kent, for all of the people that experienced him on FIFA 20. Other than that, it's a team. Now, here we go. My team, the Sam Sounders. Who's that guy up there? Oh, I'm pointing the wrong way. Who's that guy up there in the top left? That's me. For all those people who go, who the fuck is that guy? I'm the fuck is that guy. And if you don't like that face, I'm sorry. I was born with it. I'm trying to do my best with it. Ah, that's a lie. I don't do much with it. I smile. We've got Big Sam in charge of this team. You got some decent players like Samuel and Titi. But I do not have hope that I don't think we're gonna run the league. I'm just happy to be here and I want to survive. Come on, Sam Sounders, let's go. Next up, we got Thomas the Tank Engines. Thomas's, they're gonna be pretty good, I think. You've got some good depth here. The other Hernandez, Thomas Hernandez, is... Wait. Who the hell is Thomas Hernandez? Okay, I'm tired. I've put Theo and Lucas together and made Thomas Hernandez. This team don't have Thomas Hernandez. Unless there is someone named Thomas Hernandez. It doesn't look like there is. I've got players like Thomas Lamar, Thomas Delane, Thomas Meunier. This team could be alright. I think they're going to do pretty good. Thomas Hernandez. Finally, we've got the William Wanderers. Key man, William Carvalho. Other than that, they do not have anyone that crazy. But I don't think they have anyone that bad. So I think Williams is just going to mill around, basically. I can't believe Thomas Hernandez. Anyway, let's go to halfway through the season. I will have a look at where the teams are lying at the moment, and then we'll go to the end of the season. And I'll treat you. All right, here we are in December the 26th. I can see already there are some jobs that are a bit insecure, so read into that as you will. But this is the league at the moment. Josh Drake's on top with 32 points. Oh, I've just noticed. Top goal scorer of the league at the moment is Chris Wood and then Michael Alonga. Maybe not what I was expecting. I think I was expecting someone to be Lucas Ocampos. Maybe was a bit more around who I was expecting. But yeah, Alexander Isaac I thought was to roll the league. But yeah, by the looks of it, Chris Wood and Michael Alonga. So Josh Drake's are at top. They've only got top goal scorers with 5 goals, Josh Sargent and Josh Brownhill. This could be an issue for the team. Maybe as they go later on, they're going to drop down a bit. But I mean, they've got Joshua Kimmich. I mean, he's gonna hold this team together, I think. Josh Drake's already at the top of the league. Can they hold it? Who knows? What else is worth? We've got the James and the Jakes at the bottom. I was expecting them to be nearest the bottom, to be fair. They do not have the best teams in the world. James Rodriguez holding it in the middle, but I mean, these teams aren't great. I'm a bit worried that they're just going to fall away. James specifically with a negative 26 goal difference. Granted, I have accidentally kept the European leagues going, so they are playing more games than everyone else, but I mean, with the team that they have, I don't particularly think that's going to make much of a difference. And then Jake's also, I'm assuming they're also, they've lost way more than the Jameses. Wait, no, they've not won as much as the Jameses. I thought the Jakes were going to struggle. Looks like they are struggling. So let's look at the team that I thought were going to win it. The Lukey Hears. Let's go to the schedule. I mean, they haven't lost too many. They've slowed down a bit recently, but I mean, with this amount of draws, I think that if they get into a stride, they could actually start rising up the league. I think they might be ones to watch for the end of the sim here and see how I'm doing. I want to see how I'm doing. How am I doing? You know what? I'm fine with a mid-table-ish performance. Yeah, as you can see, not doing that bad, but I mean, I could. Sam Allardyce is gone. Eddie Howe's here. Your name's not on the list. Get out. Eddie Howe, what are you doing here? Oh, is Ryan Reynolds still here? Is Ryan Reynolds still here? This is the stuff that I actually care about. Is Ryan Reynolds still here? Ryan Reynolds is still here. His player judging ability's gone down, so I guess we'll see what that's about. Let's sim to the rest of the end of the no. I'm gonna sim to the end of the season. See how the rest of this league has gone. And then I'm gonna give my final words like I am in court. Alright, let's see how the Nations League has gone. Could the Josh Drakes, could they bring it back? No, they couldn't keep hold of the league. The Lukey Hears won. There's a lot to unpack here. Chris Wood, he kept up there. 18 goals makes him third top goal scorer. Michael Olunga overtook in the end with 20 goals. And my boy Lucas Ocampos, he came and won the top goal scorer award. I assume that the Lukey Hears, the winners of the league, did they play with him up front? Because he's usually a winger. Let's look. Oh, they did play him up front. They didn't play. They played a narrow formation. Explains where he got the goals from. But I mean, this team compared to some of the other teams, look at that. You got decent defense. You've got a solid midfield. Even players like Zelarian, he's pretty good. I mean, yeah, I couldn't understand why the Lucases won. I mean, other than that, wait, does their youth player? Their youth player's named Logan. I thought it was called Lucas, so I'd have been very excited. I would have been like, have I broke the game? For the Alexes, they finished in second. Sorloth was their top goal scorer, 22 goals in all competitions. Alex Ferguson's still in charge, so he didn't come and win the league on his first asking, but if he's around for another season, who knows? The Alexes could win that one. I mean, I thought was expecting these two teams to be pretty good. It looks like they are. Look at that. For this league, that is a good attack. And they've got some decent defense with players like Jiku and Nubel. Not too surprising. Josh Drakes came in third place. Josh Sargent is their best players. They couldn't hold on to that lead they had at halfway through the year, but I think the other teams have the quality to sort of push through. Gareth Southgate is their manager at the moment, or shall I call him Josh Southgate. This is how they've been lining up. Very, very defensive formation. That's a pretty crazy defensive formation. But you know what? If that's what got them to this point in the league, then fair play to you. Fair play to you, Gareth Southgate. What are you doing here? Daniel Donkeys came in fourth place. I'm kind of disappointed in the Daniel Donkeys. I thought they'd be doing better. They had a decent manager in Fark. He's still here. And they have a decent team. Danny Ings up front, Olmo, Danny Alves, Danny Carvajal, Vass. It looks like they've had quite a few injuries. Maybe that's what has caused players like Ceballos not to play. We will see. Fifth is the Mike Mouses. Their top goal scorer was Michael Olunga with 31 goals this season. Like, that's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. Maybe this is a secret Football Manager player for you guys. I am absolutely shocked that he had such a good season. This team, in my mind, isn't the greatest. But I guess with a solid defensive... the defensive output of Michael Keane and Michael Mainan, and with the goal scoring machine that is Michael Olunga, I guess that's all you need. In 6th place, and it looks like they just made it to 6th place in the last game of the season, is the Joseph Journeyman with a little cup of Joe up there. Their best player was Joe Gelhardt, I think, got their most goals up front. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I was expecting of this team, but for them to hit 6th place, especially in the last game of the season, fair play to them. Yeah, it looks like they're powered through and through. And the team that bottled it is Jordan. They got kicked out of the European spots on the last day. I assume Pickford wasn't on his wall the other days. Their top goal scorer is Jordan Siabachi. Nailed it. You can sort of see this league and the quality that lies in. You just got to be defensive and you can win because the teams are not that good. They lost their manager as well, so I don't blame the board for that one. The Benji Doctors came in 8th, respectable. Top goal scorer Ben Brereton Diaz, 14 goals. Best player Benjamin Pavard. I kind of was hoping this team would do better. They've got some decent players in this team. I mean, I was expecting Sesko to do pretty good, but unfortunately only got 8 goals this season. Yeah, I thought this team would do well with Ben Mee, Ben White, Ben Davies, Ben Pavard. You'd think that this team would be like solid defensively, but apparently not. They're managed by Lionel Scaloni, so whoever was there originally probably did not last, and I apologize. Thomas the Tank Engines. Thomas Henry was their top goal scorer with 22 goals, which is pretty respectable, especially for a team that is ending up 9th in the table. I was expecting this team to be in the top 5. They've got some good players. Thomas Muller, Thomas Delaney, Thomas Lamar, Meunier, but they didn't. And because of that, I feel like my ability as a manager has dropped. Not because I managed the team, I did not, but just for my judgment. I thought they would be better, and they weren't. God, what's wrong with me? And in 10th place, we've got the Jackhammers, a team that I did not think would do well. I think I said that they had Jack Grealish and no one else. But it turns out they didn't even need Jack Grealish. Their top goal scorer is Jack Harrison, and their most highest rating is Jack Stacey. But I'm pretty sure, Jack Grealish barely played. So this team could have done even better. So for a team that I said is Jack Grealish and no one else, I take it back, Jacks. I take it back, Jack. I'll leave myself out. Next, we've got Andrew Albion, the Andy Robertson-led team, managed by Unai Emery, or as I will call him now, Andrew Emery. Andy Delort was their star player, top goal scorer and highest rating. I mean, Unai Emery probably did something interesting by playing Robertson left mid, getting more involved maybe, because he's, well, their best player. But yeah, it's interesting to see Andrew Albion at 11th. Chris Crew, the team that has the 3rd top goal scorer, Chris Wood, and also Christopher Nkunku. I'm surprised with Christopher Nkunku and Chris Wood doing so well this year that they're so low. But I guess the team isn't that great. But with Smalling and Will, this team should be doing better. Chris's, you've let yourself down. You should be doing better, especially when you've got certified goal scorer Chris Wood in your squad. You can't let yourself down when you have him. Next up, we've got the Milkman, the Matthew team with Matty Cash. Matty Cash was their top goal scorer. They played him at right wing. Probably understandably, you wouldn't want your best player stuck at right back, and they also have Matt Lowton at right back, so I don't think they need them. But yeah, Matty Cash, best provider of that team. Matt O'Reilly did alright as well, but I think this team is sort of where I was expecting them to be. But you've always got milk, Matt. You've always got milk. Next up, we have my team. A bit upset that we're 14th, but we have survived the drop, which is the most important thing. Their best top goal scorer was Sam Lammers, which makes sense. I was expecting Chukwueze to end up maybe being top goal scorer, but it looks like he hasn't had the most 11 goals isn't that bad. You know what? Maybe we should have piped up the assists for Lammers instead. Maybe that's what we should have been doing, Sam Sounders. Yeah, a bit disappointed. 15th in the league is Liam Lemers. Liam Henderson was their top rating, with Liam Delap as their top goal scorer. Not much surprise with that one. Yes, they've also been playing this defensive five-at-the-back formation. Maybe the reason why they didn't do that well is because their team was stranded up top. It also didn't help that their team just wasn't that good. 17th place, you have Ryan Rhino. The Ryan Rhinos. With their manager, John Terry. I didn't even know you were, like, into managing. Wait. Ryan Reynolds is still at the club. John Terry has kept him on. Yeah, they have not got relegated. Congrats, Ryan Rhinos, for staying up. Yes, I think this is kind of what we're expecting. You know what? Decent outputs. 11 assists by Ryan Jack. 15 goals by Ryan May. And 7.23 is decent for Ryan Christie. So something went wrong in between. Maybe it's the fact they were playing 10 men the whole season. I don't know. Let's go. Look at the bottom three here. First team to get relegated is the William Wanderers. They were 6 points away from safety, so they probably deserved it. You know what? I can understand, but there are some players that I hear that made me think that this team could maybe be better than I thought they would. You got William Saliba, William Carvalho, Will Hughes. I thought this team would do all right. Obviously, they've lost their manager, but yeah, it looks like 9 goals to the top goal scorer. It's unacceptable. And yeah, you see you in the championship, the William Wanderers. You're going to be playing Rotherham next year. Next up, we've got the James Dean. So all you Jameses out there, you're fucking out. Bye, James. Top goal scorer, 11 goals, James Collins. Best player on the team looks like it was James Rodriguez. No surprise there. But yeah, I mean, it might have been playing Europe at the same time, but yeah, you just didn't do very well. Okay. At the bottom of the league, Jake Jaguars. I mean, how many Jakes do you really know who play football? Top goal scorer, Jake Larson and Jake Beasley with 4 goals. Best player with a 6.9 is Jake Cooper. Come on. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to dunk any Jakes out there, but no one was expecting this team to win the league, right? No one was. That is the end of my experiment. It looks like Luke is the best name in the world, so congratulations, Lukes. You've won something. Football. And yeah, the Jakes is the worst. So let me know how your name did. Put that in the comments below. Thank you for watching the video. Please leave back feedback or any ideas for what you want me to experiment with. Yeah, this is my first video, so I'm still not used to it. It's not natural for me. But I'm gonna give this the best goddamn shot I can. Will. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, if you wanna like and subscribe, share this around, do whatever you wanna do. I stream quite often. Am I late to the party? I try to stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. If you want to just see my face, I won't be playing football games there, but you'll get to see my face and talk to me, because I get very lonely. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, just goodbye. Oh shit, the football started.